Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Renata, and 10 years ago, my life turned upside down. Just a few days before my third child was born, I started to have severe eczema, and it was getting day by day worse and worse till the moment when even touching my children became so painful. And this situation changed my life completely because I decided I want to heal it. And I didn't know that the journey is going to be really long. At first I started to search for some expert who could heal me, who could help me with the hands and with the pain. So I entered the journey to find the experts outside. But in the end, I found out that I was the expert and I'm the one who can heal this disease and change the life. So today, my hands look like this. And if I tell you that it happened overnight, one evening I went to bed with bleeding hands. And I woke up and the hands looked like this. And I know that it's so hard to believe because if somebody told me that like 10 years ago, I wouldn't believe it. But today I know this story happened to me and it is possible. But I'll be honest with you. Although the healing on my hands happened overnight, it was a long process, and the healing process took several years. From the moment when I decided that I want to heal the hands till the moment when the skin was healed, it took really several years. But the first step, as I mentioned, was I want to heal my hands. So let's go outside and look for some experts who could help me. And I knew, at first I thought it was because of the situation I lived in at that moment. A third child was born, so I had another 2 kids. My second son was 3 by that time, and our daughter, she was 4.5. So really young and small kids, and I had a business. And I thought like, okay, I'm very busy now because I had my own business with some employees. And at that time, I just was opening a new center. It was like center for kids with certain education for preschool kids, small kids, really like newborn kids. And it was busy time and hard time, and there were these daily problems in my business, and then these 3 little kids I had to take care of. So I thought that could be the problem because I'm overwhelmed and I'm exhausted. So that's the reason why. And I thought like it's a signal I should slow down. And to be honest, I didn't notice that, and I didn't think it from the whole beginning. But over the time, within the first year, I came to this conclusion that it was a signal to slow down. So I did. And I sold my business and I stopped that and I just concentrated on my kids. But nothing happened. No healing. And I realized I needed to go deeper, and I needed to search for real reasons why this disease entered my life. And so I started a new journey, and by that time I knew I don't want, like a year after, I knew I don't want just to put some creams on, because I knew it's going just to cover the symptoms. I knew that there was something deeper, and the reason why it was there, and that I need to go on a deeper level. And I tried different things, really, really different experts. I tried Chinese medicine. I tried acupuncture. I went for different herbs and diets and homeopathy. And I believed always with each new expert that this is going to solve my problem. And as you can already imagine, it did not. I had to start to search for the problems inside of me. And there I started my inner work. And I realized that there were so many pain points and pain moments in my life, in my past, that were saved inside of my body and that were covered, hidden somewhere there. And I started to heal them step by step through different approaches and methods. I didn't do it on my own. I had a mentor who helped me on my way, because maybe I wouldn't even find out many of the things. But it was so helpful to have someone, to share it with someone, to talk to someone, and also to ask for inspiration and some advices. And it was a long journey, and it was a long process of healing and of opening old wounds I even didn't know they existed. And I had to look at my life completely, at the relationships I had, all the pain I went through in certain relationships. I had to heal them. I talked to the people and I tried to clarify it. And I actually found out that it was not so much necessary to talk to these people, because I realized that we live in different worlds. It was like coming from different planets, you know. So I was talking to some aliens because they had a completely different perspective on the situations and life. But it was very inspiring to find out. And that was the way for me to forgive. Because once I realized that these people didn't see the situations through the same lens, I could forgive them. And it was so liberating. This was really a very important part of my life. And then compassion became a part of my life. Feeling compassion for things and people and situations, it gave my life a completely different dimension, and it changed the color and energy within my life. The healing did not have influence just on my hands, which I wanted to heal, but it had impact also on other issues I struggled with, like migraines. I used to have migraines, and really long time ago, like 20 years ago, I think, I went to the, how do you call it in English, neurology, someone who concentrates on nerves. which was, I was told that this is the department where I should go with migraines, and they asked me there to have a diary and to write down how many migraines and how strong they were, how many migraines I had per month, and then we had a look at it. They prescribed me also some medicine. I had really big problems with that, so I couldn't take it. And these many years ago, I accepted that migraines will be a part of my life, because my parents had migraines, both of my parents, my grandfather, my sister, my auntie, everybody had migraines. So I thought like, okay, it's normal in our family. This is it. But my healing journey changed even this. And although I do have some migraines per year, I came from 20 days of migraines per month to 3 to 4 migraines per year, okay? So that means even if I have a 2-day migraine, and if I would take it by 4, so 8 days per year versus 20 per month. So it's, you know, it's almost healed. And I know, for example, because the healing journey is always about being conscious and observing and tuning into your body and inner voice. So, for example, considering the migraines, which are still not gone, I already know that they always come when I have my period, when I'm exhausted, when I do not meditate, because there's stress, we are in hurry, and we travel, and it's also connected with extreme weather changes. This is something I already know and I work on. But, you know, my healing journey did not have impact just on my healing my body and the symptoms, which what my body was telling me that there is something not okay in my life, but it had impact also on my relationships that improved with my family, close family, but also further family, with friends, with my husband, my kids. It had impact, of course, on my husband and the way how he sees life. It influenced him, of course, also directly. It influenced my kids, the way they live, they think, and they, their life approach. And it had direct impact also on the environment I create. It brought me on the path where I found out that it is so important to create supportive environment, and how environment that surrounds you, your home and bedroom, and the materials you use, that they directly influence your life, your health, your happiness, your energy level. So I'm so thankful also that I found out that on the way, because at first, you know, it starts when you concentrate on yourself and you want to solve your problem, so you focus on it, and you heal, you try to heal the path, then you usually, or this is how I did it, then you also change your food habits, because you already see the direct connection between the meals, what you take in, and that it has direct impact on your life. You start to cultivate your mind, because you realize that mind influences you so much. You realize that many thoughts you carry in your head and in your life are not yours, but they're somehow implemented from outside, from the society and your family and school and social media. So this is also a very interesting part of the journey. And then suddenly it starts to have influence also on other areas. And that is, for example, as I've mentioned, the environment. The close environment is something you can change. Your home, your bedroom, the materials you use, and so on. This is something you can influence and you can change. But then you realize it's also about choosing the environment where you spend your time, where you go, how much you connect, for example, with the nature, and how much energy it gives you back and how it can heal you. So it's a very interesting interconnection as well. And then, well, you realize that you are your manager of your life, and it's about good time management, and that you are the one who decides where you want to be, what you want to do, with whom you want to spend your time. And suddenly you become the master and manager of your time and your preferences and priorities, and you start to live according to it. And then it has also influence on your relationships, because one thing is that you choose with whom you spend your time with, and with whom you want to spend it with, and you know, this is something you can decide about, but it has a direct, because you change inside. Suddenly you become a completely different person. So it has also a direct impact on the relationship suddenly you have, because the people need to change as well, because suddenly you are a different person. So the way of communication you had before, for example, within your family will change, because when you change, they need to change as well. It is so interesting to observe it and to be a part of it. So there, you know, just like short time ago, a few months ago, I started to think about it, like about my healing journey and where it brought me and what I have discovered. And I realized that there are like 6 areas that we need to work on, and that the whole life is about, and our journey. And so that it is so important to concentrate on these 6 areas when we want to live a conscious and happy life. And suddenly, you know, I lived it before, but there was no name for it, or I didn't put it like into some boxes. But just a few months ago, I realized I can't like put it into boxes, and I realized there are 6 areas, and I gave it a name, and I call it ENTIRE MIBOSO. Because ENTIRE stands for the outside world I just talked about. In is like environment, ta is time, and relationship, ENTIRE, and MIBOSO, mind, body, and soul. So ENTIRE MIBOSO is something I did concentrate on and was changing it, and it's like a dance. So at first I thought like I want to heal, but then I realized it's not about just concentrating straight, you know, it's not a straight line what I need to concentrate on. And suddenly different parts and important things were coming into my life, till I realized it's about ENTIRE MIBOSO. That's the path to holistic healing, the path to holistic happiness. So this is it. This is what I wanted to tell you today. I wanted to share with you my story, my healing journey, and maybe it could inspire you. And so I just like felt I needed to share it with you and to let you know how I went through it. And it brought me healing, but it's not just about my hands without any bleeding or cracking. It's about a beautiful life. It's about happiness, and it's about changes on different levels in my life. And I'm so happy. I didn't think about, in the past I wouldn't believe it that I would say it, but I'm so happy that the eczema entered my life, because it was a gift. Although I didn't see it from the whole beginning, today when I look back, I see it as an amazing gift that entered my life and changed everything. So that's it for me. Take care and listen to your heart, listen to your inner voice, and maybe we have something in common, and maybe you can take out some inspiration from this video into your life. Take care.